Dubai looks full, but something feels wrong. The lights are on, the roads are alive, the airports are crowded. But behind the glass, behind the skyline, there's a silence no one talks about. From above, it looks like the most successful city on earth. A place where the future already happened. A place where money never sleeps. But zoom in closer. Look beyond the reflections. Look at the windows. Entire floors. Empty. Or luxury apartments, untouched. $1 million views with no one watching. This is the contradiction no one tells you. Dubai is booming, but not living. Growing, but not breathing. In 2025, Dubai recorded millions of visitors. Tourism broke records. Hotels filled up. But here's what they don't show you. Most of those people never stay. They pass through, and while tourists come and go, and something else is quietly happening in the background. A different kind of growth. Hundreds of thousands of properties are being sold, but not to families, not to people looking for a home. They're being sold as promises, off-plan units. Things that don't even exist yet. This is where the illusion begins, a city that looks alive, but is being built for people who may never live in it. Because in Dubai, real estate isn't just property, it's storage, a place to park wealth, no income tax, no pressure to rent, no reason to turn the lights on. So what happens? The city fills up on paper, but stays empty. In reality, prices go up, transactions increase, but life doesn't follow. Dubai starts to transform, not into a home, but into a financial showroom, a place designed to impress, to attract, to sell, but not necessarily to live, and that's where the illusion breaks. Because a real city doesn't just grow in numbers, it grows in life, in conversations, in routines, in people who stay. So ask yourself this. If the buildings are full, but the homes are empty, if the market is booming, but the life is missing, is this growth real or is it something else entirely? Engineered, constructed, and waiting for a future that may never arrive? From the sky, it looks like perfection. A map of the world, carved into the ocean, a dream so bold it feels unreal. But come closer. Slow down the drone, look carefully. No crowds, no life, just silence, floating in the sea. This was supposed to be the future, private islands, ultra-luxury living for the global elite, but reality didn't follow the script. Because building land is easy, building life is not. The problem wasn't ambition, it was timing, and something deeper. No real infrastructure, no natural community, no reason to stay. So the dream stalled, and what remains feels like a memory of something that never happened. And it's not just the islands. There's another vision, buried in the desert, even bigger, even louder. Dubailand, a $60+ billion promise. A Disneyland of the Middle East, theme parks, entertainment zones, a city built entirely for excitement. But today, silence again, a gate leading nowhere. Because when the money slows, the future pauses, and sometimes it never resumes. This is where the real pattern begins to emerge. Dubai didn't just build projects, it built expectations. And expectations are powerful. They attract investors, they create hype, but they don't guarantee reality. Because most of these projects were sold before they were needed. Marketing came first. Function came later, and sometimes never came at all. And this created something dangerous. Luxury without users. Supply without demand. Too many high-end units. Too few real residents. A city designed for the rich, but not necessarily lived in by them. And when that imbalance grows, the system starts to crack. Not visibly, but structurally. Because a city cannot survive on imagination alone. It needs movement, routine, people who stay. Instead, many of these places feel frozen, like time stopped halfway, like they were built but never finished emotionally. They are not ruins, not yet, but they are something else. Fossils of ambition, proof of how far vision can go when reality doesn't keep up. Because Dubai didn't fail to build. It built too fast, faster than demand, faster than purpose. And now the question isn't, how big can it grow? But something much deeper. Can reality ever catch up to a dream that was always ahead of its time? The real battle in Dubai isn't economic. It isn't even architectural. It's environmental. Step outside in peak summer, and the air doesn't feel like air. It feels heavy, burning, relentless. In places like Dubai, temperatures can push beyond 50 degrees Celsius. Humidity from the Gulf makes it even worse. Breathing itself becomes an effort. This is not a natural environment for a city. It's a hostile one. And yet, the city stands. But it doesn't stand on its own. It runs, constantly, like a machine that can never be turned off. Air conditioning isn't a luxury here. It's survival. Every building, every mall, every car, behind every cool room, there's an invisible cost, an enormous demand for energy. Massive cooling systems, 24/7 operation. No pause, no downtime, and then there's water. Because in the desert, there is none. Everything you see, green lawns, fountains, luxury pools, is artificially created. The water doesn't come from rivers, it comes from the sea. Through a process called desalination, salt is removed, water is purified, but at a cost. Huge energy consumption, constant operation, a system that cannot stop. This is the hidden truth. Dubai is not just a city, it's a life support system, a place that must keep consuming, to keep existing every second. And here's the paradox. Even when buildings are empty, the system still runs. Water pressure must be maintained, temperature must be controlled, infrastructure must stay alive. So the city keeps spending energy on spaces with no people, cooling rooms no one enters, lighting streets no one walks. This is where the tension begins. Luxury on the surface, fragility underneath. Because the lifestyle being sold, infinity pools, indoor ski slopes, green landscapes, comes at a long-term cost, a cost that keeps rising. As temperatures rise, as demand increases, and the question becomes unavoidable. How long can this continue? How long can a city fight nature and win? Because nature doesn't negotiate, it doesn't slow down, and it doesn't adapt to human ambition. So Dubai keeps running faster, harder, consuming more just to stay the same, like a machine pushed to its limits, powered by wealth, but dependent on constant input. And that leads to the final question. Not about growth, not about luxury, but survival. Can a city truly last if it must constantly fight the very environment it was built in? For years, Dubai had no real rival. It was the gateway, the showcase, the future of the Middle East, the passeio. If capital wanted luxury, it came here first. But that monopoly is fading because a new player has entered the game, bigger, louder, and even more ambitious. Saudi Arabia isn't just competing, it's redefining the scale. Projects designed not just to attract, but to dominate. Mega cities, tourism expansion, hundreds of billions being deployed, and capital follows momentum. Attention follows novelty. And right now, the spotlight is shifting. This is the real risk for Dubai, not collapse, but irrelevance. Because Dubai's greatest advantage was being first to build, first to attract global wealth. But being first doesn't guarantee staying first, especially when others learn from your model and improve on it. Now combine everything. Oversupply, speculation, rising costs, and new competition. Individually, they are manageable. Together, they create pressure, a slow shift beneath the surface, and this is where Dubai stands today, at a crossroads, not of survival, but of identity. One path leads forward, transformation, becoming a real city, a place where people stay, not just invest. The other path? Stay the same. A global trading hub for luxury, beautiful, profitable, but emotionally empty, and the world is watching. Because this isn't just about Dubai, it's about a model, a vision of the future. Can a city built on ambition alone outlast time, outlast competition, outlast reality, or will it become something else entirely, a perfectly preserved monument of excess?